Are you ready for the hardest hitting hour in all of sports radio? I'm Henderson. He's Urena. It's time for the CounterPunch.
Hey, everybody. How y'all doing? You're live with the CounterPunch show. Henderson and Urena around the world. Coming to you on blogtalkradio.com and on our page. That's the /CounterPunch. So if you go to blogtalkradio.com. So we're live only on internet radio tonight. I'm joined by my co-host, Wilson Urena, out of Brooklyn, New York. Willie the Kid, as the world may know him. How you doing up there, man? I can't hear you, bro. What is that? My goodness. Don't tell me we're having technical difficulties here. I'm going to give my brother one more time. Come on in. Are you there now?
Yeah, man.
All right. All right, guys. Pardon that little bit of technical difficulties to get the show started. If you listen to the replay, it's probably knocked out, but that's okay. Whoa. Big weekend this past weekend. We didn't get to go into the shadows of Wilder Ortiz like we normally do. Part of that's because some health issues that I went through and stuff, and for those who know, I appreciate y'all reaching out to me and make sure I'm all right. But we're back, guys. We're back. We're back every Thursday, other than this week, of course, because of Thanksgiving. And we're going to go into shadows on some fights beginning not this weekend right here, but probably the next weekend as well. Big fight, big news. I got a breaking story here in just a little bit. Greg Cohen's going to prison, and once we get past this past weekend. Also, Andrew Casale, man, the former WBA regular super featherweight champion. Well, he should have been the super WBA champion as far as I'm concerned, at 130 pounds. Lost his title Saturday night, and today he got fired. My Golden Boy dropped him. So let's talk about Oscar doing shiesty shit. Let's talk about GCP's head taken off to prison. Is it boxing related? Is it not? I got a lot of questions on that. We got some questions on Wilder Ortiz. We got some questions on the Kinsale thing. We got some other questions as well. Yes, Antonio, I appreciate that, man. Thank you for the comment. For those who missed it, my article, The 5 Greatest Southpaw Jabs, is up as part of the Best in Boxing History series on thegruellandtruth.com. As they are one of our sponsors, so I want to shout out to them. Also, Sports Media Extravaganza Incorporated is also a sponsor now. Eastwick Sports, Henderson Media Entertainment is your producers of this show every week. Pratt & Company Photography, verywellfit.com, iconsofboxing.com, and I think I'm going to say Everlast. And that hashtag, I got it, guys. I got the promo. That's TCT1. You don't ever say to somebody else some Everlast stuff. Code should be good now. All right. What do you think, man? Big weekend, Saturday night, big night. I learned how to, watch a guy get his ass beat for a solid 20 minutes and 52 seconds of a fight, only to win it all in one shot. That was a good fight, wasn't it?
I mean, I was pretty much just waiting for it.
That's all. We talked about this Thursday night, man. That's really all you can do with that guy.
Hey, listen, I was pretty much just waiting for it, but I thought Ortiz showed a good account of himself. I don't think he was even fatigued. I mean, hell, how could he be? He didn't really waste a lot of energy.
No, he wasn't fatigued. He started circling to the right. He started circling to his left, and Deontay's power. And we got a couple questions about Deontay's skill set. Guys, he set that shot up. He walled Ortiz into that shot. Watch him as he circles him back into the ropes. Ortiz had been moving to Wilder's weak side most of the night. And Wilder's seen a chance that Ortiz felt he was going to be trapped in the corner, or he's going to walk into that right and watch what he does. He almost even waved him, like telling him, "Here, come here, let me show you where I need you." And that ain't what he does.
People compare it to the Fury knockdown. I think this one was way more flush. He hit him flush on the chin, just caught him flush.
Right. You don't get hit no flusher in the face fuller than what Luis
Ortiz got. The fact that Ortiz got up at 10, I mean, he got up. I didn't want to see anymore. He was done. But the fact that he even made it up after taking that shot, I mean, props to him, man. The old man still got it.
The old man can
not everybody can do that to him.
No, everybody's not been able to do that to him. We've seen success against him. We've seen Fury have his success through the movement. I seen Luis Ortiz this weekend stand for the most part slightly off the center line and just outbox him. Okay, not utilize. As a matter of fact, Ortiz spent a lot of time on the front foot. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
He spent a lot of time on his front foot. What he was doing, and I noticed, and I was like, shit, this could work, man, if he could keep it up. If he would wait on Deontay right before he said he'd go in, and that's when he would attack. Go back and watch the tape, and that's when he would come forward, and I was like, man, it's smart. I think I tweeted and posted on Facebook, Ortiz is fighting a hellaciously smart fight here, and if he can keep it up for 12 rounds, he wins easy. I seen
it. You sound far, bro.
Like, hey, so that's pretty impressive. What'd you say now?
I say you sound a little far.
I sound a little far?
Yeah.
Redo my headset here.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Oh, hell yeah. Much better.
All right. For some reason, headset's not doing. I'm doing this from my normal studio situation. Yeah. Hey, thank you for fixing it, man. We would have had a whole damn show wasted. Like we did that one time because of background noise and a whole show wasted.
So, I mean, what do you think about that right hand?
I think it is. He's got a little legitimate argument. It's the top 3 most powerful punches in the history of the sport. Not punchers, not the greatest puncher in the history of the sport. Because when you tell me you got the greatest puncher in the history of the sport, to me that involves other stuff too, like technique, a lot of other things. To me, the greatest puncher in the history of sports is Joe Louis. Okay, when you combine the technique along with the power and everything like that. But the hardest hitter?
I'm talking as far as pure power, just pure power. Forget technique, all of that.
Pure raw power. Him and Ernest Schaefer's are right there neck and neck, in my opinion.
Right.
Deontay has always been one of my favorite guys in the sport, bar none. All right, I love the guy. He's a great guy. The things he does for children, the things he does for people, I love that about him. All right, and I always have. My wife's a huge fan of Deontay Wilder. Actually, that's her second favorite boxer behind Gennady Golovkin. Funny how that may seem, knockout artists that can't box, but that's just what it is. But I love Deontay. Love him as an individual. I like his trainer, JD's. I've known Jay for a long time. We've had him on quite a bit. Actually, had him on Thursday. But my problem has been I wasn't sure if it was good for the sport as a whole if a man that is unfundamentally sound like him, I know unfundamentally is not a word, but was, the face of the sport, so to speak, in the American, as far as Americans go, as far as the heavyweight division goes. How great is it for this guy to dominate that division? I wasn't sure. Now I don't care. Much like you, I'm not a big fan of the heavyweight division anyway, but now I don't care. I'm getting caught up in hey man, I can't wait for a fight to go 34.5 minutes and he stop it and he ends it. It's going to happen. It could happen. Him lose 34.5 minutes of a fight and end the fight and win it. You know what I mean? I said with Smash about Yusuf a couple of months ago.
You could fight the perfect fight for 35 minutes and still lose.
Yeah. I think Fury this next time has a bigger lead, is winning easier until he gets caught. I do. Now, I ain't going to give you my official prediction because I think he's got to be perfect 36 minutes and 10 seconds. Not just 36 minutes. He's got to, just in case Wilder flows one, as the bell's ringing one round. So he's got to be perfect for 36 minutes and 10 seconds. Usyk has to be perfect for 36 minutes and 10 seconds. Ruiz has to be perfect. Joshua is the guy that could actually knock him out, possibly. You know what I mean? But I think he gets off on AJ first, right now.
Yeah.
I told Jay this.
I'm not like I don't want to say I'm not a Deontay Wilder fan, but I'm just
he's one of my 5 favorite fighters in the sport.
I'm watching it from afar. Like in my opinion, I'm just watching it from afar, and I think at the end of the day, like technique and stuff like that, that's like big to us, the people that follow the sport and stuff like that. But if you're just one of those people that picks up, oh, that's a big fight tonight. Oh, let me go watch it. You know what I mean? Like if you just
no doubt. Junkie public don't know no better.
Yeah, they don't care. You know, because I see at work, I see people there I don't know boxing.
No doubt, Ron
talking about it.
Ron at the office thinks he's a best boxer ever right now. You know, so yeah, totally agree with that.
So,
and that's why it started not bothering me too bad. You know, before a while it did bother me. I mean, I don't want this guy leading the division. I'd rather damn Joshua do it. I'd rather Britt do it. You know how it was. I was a bigger, wilder fan, but I'd rather see Joshua be the face of the division. You know, because of that. Now, I'm all on Deontay Wilder, man.
Yeah,
keep winning.
There's something that Fury did in the last fight. It's very, like, a small little thing, but he picked up on it, and he actually caught him. If in Fury's camp they don't fix that this could end earlier, too.
Y'all hear that, Ben Davison? He has listened to the show a couple of times because he's commented on he's actually commented on a couple of my posts about it. We can tell you what you need to see, but it's going to cost you. But, yeah, I picked it right up, and he walked him right into that left hook perfect. Me and you talked about it that night on a YouTube show, I think, wasn't it? We went on YouTube and did something about that.
Yeah, or
we did a preview of that fight.
We might have been discussing the fight here on this show.
But
in one of the early episodes, I'm not sure.
I think we done took the CounterPunch off the air because we was trying to do that deal with the app and stuff like that. But we went to the Eastwick YouTube channel, which everybody knows is on the front page of our website and all.
And that never
subscribe while you're there, guys, because we need to get some more followers so we can put some shows over there too. Do I know?
And that never worked out that thing with the app because it takes two, and I opted not to. So that's my fault.
Exactly.
But it was the right decision.
And that, and they hit us with another offer that we probably could have done and would have done well with, but hey, probably a good thing because one of the stories tonight is going to talk about the guy that was one of the guys that was behind that offer. So, let's get back to that fight. And I saw a guy lose 20 minutes and 52 seconds of a damn fight. 20 minutes. Okay. I had it 5 rounds to 1, and I felt like I'd be nice to Deontay, okay?
So what you had, like 59, 54? 55?
59, 55 is what I had official score.
Right.
And I felt like I stretched the round to make it not 60-54 because I had 50-45 through 5, if you remember. I've started something new this week. All big fights, I'm going to post each round on my personal Facebook feed and on my Twitter feed, beginning with all the big fights now because the social media follow needs to pick up a little more. Not just for the show, but for everything overall. We've got a lot of stuff in the works right now, some huge stuff. Yeah, some huge things in the works right now. And I have the series and all on news.
We're going to throw Chris out. He just let himself back
in.
Don't
throw me out of the group. No. You come to dingle, boom right now.
So man, that fight, man, I don't know, man. It was just like boom, and I was just like, oh, there it goes.
Yeah, the whole time I was thinking, Deontay, Ortiz is doing good, and I'm wanting to holler at his trainer and tell him, say, hey, man, let him start backing off the back foot now and make Deontay come to him. You know, you've got a wide lead now. Ortiz is going to automatically pick up 2 or 3 rounds just because he's that much better boxer, even off the back foot. So my strategy would have been completely flipped after about the 5th or 6th round. Now make him come to you, walk him into that left hand. Do you know what I mean? He's there was a couple of times that if you're dealing with a guy with elite fundamentals, Deontay could have tagged him earlier. You see where he lunged in with that left a couple of times, but Ortiz was attacking on point. He was attacking as Deontay was trying to reset. So he really, with Deontay not being a guy that can pivot real fast, you know what I mean, and fire a counter.
There's also the fact that some of those shots that he caught him with, can some of those guys withstand those shots?
We don't know. We don't know. Ortiz, you've heard me call him a myth, and to me he is a myth. I'm not saying he's not a great fighter. I think he's a top 5. I think Luis Ortiz is one of the 3 most skilled heavyweights in the world. Okay, I always have. At one time, I had him and Povetkin as the most skilled heavyweights. Now, of course, I throw in Fury and Usyk. All right, but I still feel like part of Ortiz has been a myth from day one because the Brian Jennings win is really the best thing he's got. You know, now that's not always his fault. That's not just his fault. You see what I'm saying? But the reality is we don't really know how good he is. We've seen him in there against one top guy, and Deontay Wilder, he's been stopped twice. You know, so do I think that probably Vladimir Klitschko definitely walks him into a shot? You know what I mean? Because Klitschko's IQ's up there. He's way far enough to walk in. Klitschko was a master at that shit. Jab, clinch, until you walked into that right hand. So I think he definitely gets him. Fury would make Ortiz, the size difference is just too much for Ortiz to make up, I feel like, against him. You know what I mean? And the movement that Fury has, I think the length is just too much to make up. So that's why I'm going to go into that in the Fury and Wilder situation where I think Fury's kind of playing with fire with his style. But when we see
you know what? I was in history class when I was in high school, and Julius Caesar said the same thing about Luis Ortiz, that he's a pretty good fighter.
He said the same thing about Luis Ortiz. But I'm not saying that by no means that Luis Ortiz is not a great fighter. I think he's a great fighter. I really do. But I've never been one that says a top 3 heavyweight because I haven't seen it. You know what I mean? We haven't seen what he can do against
you don't talk about him when you talk about top 3 heavyweights. You talk about him as one of those guys on the outside looking in.
5 to 7, yeah. That's why I've always had him place that's around 5 to 7.
Yeah,
now, I dropped him a spot or two this week.
Give like a Parker and even a Dillian White a run for their money. So
I think he could beat Joseph Parker. I don't think he beats Joshua unless he could stop him. You know what I mean? Catch him like Ruiz did. I don't think he beats Fury. I don't think he ever beats Wilder. I don't think he beats Usyk. And I'm not sure he ever beats Povetkin because Povetkin dogged him a couple times in that Annie's. You know what I mean? And that's always kind of in the back of your head. So I'm not sure he ever beats Povetkin. But anybody else, I think he's wide open to beat, and Usyk just come to business. So let's call him top 5 or 6 the whole time he's been there. You know, I think that's what he's been. I just think that my heavyweight rankings moved him down to 8 after this weekend, I believe, personally. But if you still got him top 6 or 7, I completely understand. I wish somebody else would give him a shot so we could see maybe a Dillian White. I think he beats Dillian White if White don't catch him. I think same thing with Chisora. I know he beats all the other guys, the next level down, the 9 on down guys. I know that definitely in my opinion. We've seen him beat a guy that was ranked 10 at the time. That's Brian Jennings, you know. So I know he beats those guys, the next level down, but and I'm pretty sure he beats Parker. But see, I got Parker at number 10 in my heavyweight rankings right now still. So the Dillian White and the Joshua loss dropped Parker way down. The Dillian White loss is what dropped him down in my opinion because I didn't White outboxed him for crying out loud pretty much before. You know, so and that Dillian White's outboxing you guys. You're not going to stay in my top 5. You can bet on
Joseph Parker's not looking like a fighter that's. I don't know, man. I never believed in Joseph Parker to begin with. I don't know if you remember.
Me neither. I scored the Ruiz-Parker fight 115-113 Ruiz, my personal.
Yeah. I used to tell you I looked at him as the weakest champion.
By far. He was the one that, to my opinion, Wilder and Joshua should have looked at him with lust in their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But, you know, it is what it is. Now we have what we have. And, you know, I guess Fury's next, man.
All right. I'm going to take a minute to shout for sponsors.
Go ahead.
February 22nd, there was a contingency agreement signed prior. So, yeah, I had somebody ask one of our questions, and I'm going to go ahead and answer it right now for Drake. All right. Now, a contingency agreement, much like Andre Ward did when he went to HBO for the Kovalev fight. I will fight this guy upon my defeating, you know, I think Rudy fight Barrera and Brand or something. So I will fight, you know, that was the plan, just like Fury Wilder was the plan. Now, I don't know if all the final contracts, official bout contracts have been done now for February 22nd, but I know both guys, I found out today, I verified through both camps today, they're reporting for camp the end of next month. So it's on Poppin' Throws. It's a split pay-per-view. Fox and ESPN will split this pay-per-view. Massive advertising, I was told today, will take place on both networks prior to this. They're expecting to do 1 million plus buys. Disney and Fox confirmed that to me today. 1 million plus buys is what they expect to do. And I've got a low number on
they'll do some cross, they'll go across networks and do
buys.
shows.
We got like 25 questions on how many buys this fight do. I've got an estimate, but I'm not going to give you. I will give you a range. That's about it here before the end of the show. It done between 172,000 and 241,000 buys is what's projected to do. Between 172 and 240. Now, that range that I got right now, all right, when you see guys like Coppinger and them tweet, they'll take that number and divide it in half. All right, so 200,000 buys is what they're saying. Roughly. Tracking. It'll, when they'll say the fight's tracking to do 200,000 buys, that's what it's tracking for.
I always see the UK guys like saying, oh, well, we can't make a million buys. Well, it's 75 out.
$74.99 that fight this past weekend. And if it done 200,000 buys, to me, that is a success, although Fox still lost money. If the purses are what I was told.
Yeah, it's much easier to find a stream these days than it's ever been. So,
crackstreams.com/boxing streams, Planet Stream.
Planet Stream.
My man on the other end, he bit the bullet and bought the fight. Oh, he was pissed. He was texting me and texting back and forth. Damn it, man, the streams are going out. He said, fuck it, I bit the bullet and bought it. And great. Yeah. Deontay Wilder knew that's a buy in New York City they did not expect to do, I guarantee you.
It's a buy
the market's left to report.
Again, I guarantee you.
Now, it may do on the low end of those numbers I was told, and it may do on the high end. It may even clip it, but I don't see it doing over 200,000 buys according to where everything's tracking right now. You've got a couple of decent markets, but not high Hispanic markets. You know what I'm saying? Still to report.
Yeah.
Okay. Our next question is going to be, do you think the fight was fixed? It's Cesar Heredia. I don't know where he comes from, where this question comes from, Twitter, Facebook, or where. It comes through questions at thecounterpunchshow.com. Do you think this fight – come on, Cesar, man. Wake up. Wake up. Who in the right mind – go ahead. You handle this, man. I'm going to mute my mic. Shit fire.
Yeah, do that. It's come from what kind of dumb fuck shit is that? Fixed.
Jeez.
I'm going to fix you with this right here. That's the only thing that got fixed, man.
Hold still, Lewis. I'm about to land this right on your damn face square. The hardest hitting right in boxing. What the hell kind of shit is that?
Just stay still and just take it.
Yeah. Don't worry. We've got another one. David, off Facebook from the Real Spartan, or one of the HBO, one of the groups, it's a boxing group, but says he done it for his kid. Deontay likes Luis Ortiz, and he allowed him to get this fight. And because they like each other so much, they agreed that Luis Ortiz would get knocked out. Man, wake up, people. Wake the fuck up. I know boxing fans ain't the smartest people in the world for the most part, but come on.
That's not boxing.
It doesn't take Albert Einstein or Stephen Hawking to figure this shit out, dude. No, it's not a boxing fan. That's a Deontay Wilder hater. Just like the Canelo Alvarez haters a couple weeks ago.
That's a fan of another boxer. They like their other boxer so much.
Amen.
Amen. So it is what it is.
Let's call it like it is. Maybe he's just pure racist.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I mean, I'm just saying it like it is because when we get real about it, most of the hate Wilder catches is because of that. Most of the hate Lomachenko catches is because of racism. You know what I mean? So there's not nobody I know that's a pure boxing fan. You know what I mean? That hates Lomachenko or hates Deontay Wilder either, and he's nowhere near. You know what I'm saying? We love all the fighters. I love them all. Unless your name's Adonis Stevenson, I love you as a fighter, or Sergey Kovalev. That's the only two I don't care for. Wilson coined the double knockout term prediction a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago when we first met, because we was talking about that fight, hoping that Kovalev and Stevenson fight. That was when we really wanted to see the double knockout, because that was two fighters we had a genuine dislike for. And it's the only two fighters I've ever had a genuine dislike for. I'm not fond of them.
With that being said, I hope Stevenson keeps it up with his recovery.
Amen. Amen.
I don't have to.
I actually got tears in my eyes. I don't have nothing against him. I didn't never wish him no bad when that happened. I was praying for his recovery. I tweeted about it a couple times and shared some stuff about it. I'm wishing him the best. Actually, I think I broke the story
that he had got out of the hospital and stuff. I think we broke it on our page, didn't we? And because I had actually talked to Yvonne Michaels that day. But I wasn't trying to get that story. I think I was trying to get the Better Biev switching from the DAZN back to the ESPN story at that time. So, but
get back to our questions. Fuck.
Next question from Joy Santana. Okay, this isn't. I'm going to try to knock these fixed questions out. I got one more. If this was fixed, so was Alvarez Kovalev. Amen. Amen. If this was fixed, so was I can't. You know, I've been arguing with some idiots talking about Alvarez won because that fight was fixed.
I mean,
now if I got two people here that ask me legitimately.
Do you see outrageous stuff in boxing? Yeah, I mean, you see outrageous stuff in every sport, really, but mostly in boxing it gets highlighted obviously because it's between two people. Like I found the scorecards for Callum Smith and John Ryder to be extremely outrageous.
We got a question about that right now. Well, it's going to be not next, but about 3 later.
Yeah, well, I found, so, I mean, crazy stuff happens. Do those guys maybe get a payment somewhere? I don't know. I mean, things like that used to happen back in the day, too.
It does happen in the lower, as fighters are coming up, you got paid opponents. So they're there to lose, all right?
Yeah.
For when a guy first starts out, prospects. I tell you, fighter, I love him and his dad, Michael Willy Jr., man. But they're building the kid up off of opponents. I'm not saying they're paying him, but they're building him up off of opponents. Look at the record. A combined 6 wins and 10 fights. With over 200 something losses. So fighters are professional opponents. You have them out there that are there to lose. That's what they're there for. But not at this level, man. Come on.
And even those guys sometimes win.
Guy right here on the feed right now just says, well, Ortiz ain't never had a $7 million payday. Well, hell no, but imagine the payday he gets if he wins this son of a bitch in the next fight. Come on, people, wake up.
Yeah.
Use your head for something other than a hat rack.
You're the WBC champion, and now you have a belt. You probably call the shots at that point. So
you're getting another $7 million in the trilogy, right? Got to.
Right.
You got $7 million for rematch. Now you write your own. Come on, guys,
you
wake up. I'm sure there's a rematch clause, but
it's simple, man. It's called a right hand, man. That thing is powerful, man. And if you don't believe so, then
it's the greatest
find out what the guys
equalizer.
at the gym and go spar with them.
My closing segment is going to be on this. I'll go into it right now. Deontay Wilder has the greatest equalizer the sport of boxing has ever seen, in my opinion. What I mean by that is Willie Pep was so good because his feet were so much better than everybody. That was his equalizer, his feet. Deontay Wilder's right hand has to make up for a lot of flaws, a lot of deficiencies, the same ones everybody talks about. The windmill era, whatever. And it's gotten better. He's learned how to set it up. When we was talking to Dee's Thursday night, I told him, I said, man, you know what's really impressed me about Deontay the most? Was his patience. How he's learned to sit down on that shot, to wait for that shot, to work for that shot. That's impressive. That tells me he's got a little bit better IQ than what anybody in this sport, inside the sport, has ever gave him credit for, including me or you. We've noticed that, and we've admitted as such lately. You know what I mean? But most people never admit it. And I know guys inside the sport that would never admit it.
I gave up on that, trying to expect him.
He's not getting ready to get in there and box circles around Alexander Usyk or Fury, but no, yeah, you're right. Don't let him slip up and move to the right at the wrong time. Watch it go night-night. And I think Tyson Fury's playing with danger at that distance he likes to keep because he doesn't have a big enough reach advantage. I think Usyk's the one guy that can keep him turning all night and possibly beat him, but he's got 36 minutes and 10 seconds. I told you, he's got to be perfect. Joy Santana wants to know, DAZN, Ruiz, and Heyman and Hearn, what kind of deal's going for Andy Ruiz? Andy Ruiz is, I'm sure there is another stipulation to this contract. Sure that go the distance. There's some kind of stipulation here that Hearn wants to try to grab another Ruiz fight if he can. But as far as I know, he is not due to go back to DAZN, win or lose this next fight. Okay? They never figured he'd win. You see what I'm saying? So they didn't do like they did Kovalev with this Canelo deal. If you lose, you stay, you know what I mean? Or if you win, they didn't do that with Ruiz. He was a step-in. For what, 5 week notice he took his fight on? They never counted on him to win, guys. The rematch clause was in place because it was standard. That is standard. Ain't a unified champion in the world ain't got a damn rematch clause in the contract.
It was actually going to be, guys, Michael Hunter was going to get that fight. But Joshua actually didn't like his style and chose Ruiz. And then they chose Ruiz.
Speaking of Michael Hunter, he moved to number 7 on my heavyweight ranking list this week.
So he was, but Joshua didn't like his style. So go figure, like, everything broke right for Ruiz, man, and credit to him.
It is now time for us to take our commercial break for episode purposes. So we'll be away for about 15 seconds, and I'll come back with a sponsor shout out.
We're back.
All right, guys. I want to shout out to our sponsors. That's thegruelingtruth.com, Everlast, IconsOfBoxing.com, CMT Boxing, that's Camera Management Team, Sportsman Memorabilia Extra Incorporated is the name of the memorabilia company. I want to shout out to all them VeryWellFit.com, Pratt Company, and Photography. Without y'all, we would not be able to bring you this show every week. And do some of the things that we're doing with the show, like working on getting some bigger guests on, working on getting a couple other segments per week out and stuff like that. And we're also working on a lot of bigger things, as a lot of people know. Our news site, probably we're hoping to launch in the first quarter of next year at the latest. Also, our full-time channel, kind of like thegruelingtruth.com has, except for we're going to have ours. More of ours will be live for listeners to call in and stuff like that and what they have. But on from there. Did I miss a sponsor that you know of? Anchor.fm. Geez, more Pete. I don't never want to forget them, man. They take care of us over there, and that's the only one I miss, right?
I don't know. We're going to have to start writing these down.
I'm going to send you a list of them this afternoon with the promo codes, and don't forget Everlast is TCP1. That's TCP1. If it doesn't work, let me know. Hit us a message on the Facebook page, or you can always go to questions at thecounterpunchshow.com, which is where a lot of our questions come from this week. Man, that was a great turnout. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
But also understand that a lot of our listeners come through the Blog Talk app and different ways like that, and a podcast app and all that. But so we appreciate the questions coming in. I didn't get a chance to post them on social media. Okay, guys. Let's go to our next topic.
They're like, screw your sponsor.
Hit you with a ding, ding, ding. Breaking news. Devin Haney, who defended his lightweight title, his WBC lightweight title, on the undercard of the KSI Logan Paul DAZN event, 2 weeks ago now? Is that correct? A little over 2 weeks ago now? I received a report that he's had to replace most of his team. He's replacing a lot of his team due to an incident that happened at the Staples Center during that event. I won't get into detail, but the same guy that broke the story that we're getting ready to talk about next is also breaking this one as well. All right? His name's Ryan O'Hara at FightNights.com. He is probably the best pure reporter in the sport, all right, as far as breaking under, details. But I can't get into the fact that Doc Rivers lost some shit, all right, from his office, so different stuff like that. That's a lot of why you see. According to what I was told by sources, the WBC has made Haney do these giveaways and stuff as a result of some of this stuff. I hope that's not true. I hope he's taking it upon himself to do it. But from what I was told, that's what happened. And he did lose a lot of his team. I do know that for a fact. I verified his team, replacing a lot of his team. Due to an incident that took place at Staples Center is what I was told. So I think O'Hara's on it again, as he also broke this story 3 days ahead of boxing scene. Greg Cohen, the CEO of Greg Cohen Promotions, who we've dealt with quite a bit, I think it started because our British editor one time put Big Baby Miller being part of Matchroom. And, man, Greg Cohen called me within just a few minutes from the time that thing. He said, "Who is Wilson Urena?" He said, "I've read some of his stuff, but who is he?" Let me talk to him. I'm like, "Greg, what's the matter, brother? Calm down." Well, I want to know why he put Gerald's with Matchroom when he's not. And I went, "He didn't." I said, "There's one guy on my, that's part of our team that I got 100% confidence in." I said, "And that's him." I said, "But hold on, I'll call you right back." And I called you, and you said, "No, I told him that." You started hollering. And I went, uh-oh, here we go. I said, "You want to call Greg back or you want me to?" But I've always got along with Greg, man. He's done me right. But originally, reports stated a deal between Samuel Clarkson, the fighter, where he fought a fight against Dimitri Bivol. The original article insinuated that that's why Cohen went to prison. That is not true at all. Samuel Clarkson has been paid in full. I have seen the court documents to prove that he has. All right. He is going. I can't say why he's going to prison, but he is going. He is being incarcerated as his vice president of operations, Serafina, admitted as much on Twitter. I think yesterday or the day before. It's long after O'Hara, but O'Hara caught some shit for this. You follow him at O'Hara Sports on Twitter, but he stayed to his things, and I had several reporters. Guy head of the BWAA contacted me. How would you know him? I said, I've known Ryan for a while, you know. And I said, if he says he's got proof, he's got proof. You know, I'll stand behind the story. I said, but, you know, I ain't got no problem with Greg's always did me right. He's always done my staff, you know, all of our people right. But I got to stand by a guy, you know, the other BWA member, well, I used to be. I'm not anymore, but now I'm UPI. But still, and trying to find out, Ron O'Hara was correct, guys. Now, it wasn't boxing related. He has issued that stipulation in the article. He went back and edited the article, and he did say that GCP reported that Clarkson had been paid in full, and I can verify that he has been paid in full because I did see the court papers, the documents, and all that. Now, there's still some arguments going back and forth on Twitter, and that's neither here nor there to me. I know what I saw with my eyes, and I know from talking to Cohen, some people right beside him, right next, very close to him, one of which is, you know, one of our sponsors, Cameron, and also a partner in the new sports extravaganza thing. But so I can verify this. It's not for boxing. It is for wire fraud, which I think the original article reported. Actually said that O'Hara wrote it great because he said, get ready to make some bologna sandwiches, Greg. You know, something like that's how he started off. But he's going to federal prison, and I don't think this is going to affect GCP Promotions. They got some big fighters up there. With Big Baby Miller, Robert Brandt, former WBA regular middleweight champion, which I got a story about to break. Cohen's about to announce a card where Brandt and Miller return in January, I believe, in Atlantic City, New Jersey. That's another tidbit I can give you that hasn't hit yet. So, what do you think about all this? It didn't happen. It ain't got nothing to do with Boston. Let's leave the guy alone kind of thing, or what?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest with you, it's not even news to me. His personal life and stuff happens, so yeah, we're gonna have to, like, the public has the right to know. It doesn't, like, where the hell did he go? But at the same time, he's not like a guy that's always in the limelight either. So he could probably get his time, and nobody even noticed. I don't know what he's facing.
He's not even really the face of GCP. Serafina is, for that matter. The blonde-headed woman, you'll see her travel, her and Alvina Anderson, which is a good friend of mine on Facebook, travels with Miller and Brandt, you know, and all of them a lot. Now, you'll see Cohen end up there. But, you know, really, he's not there. GCP don't have a face because he utilizes a lot of, like, fights on Mastering cards or fights on ESPN cards. You know what I mean? Does a lot of that. And him and Salita, with Dimitri Salita, which is Clarissa Shields' promoter, does a lot of stuff together. Matter of fact, they're co-promoters of Jarrell Miller.
Right.
Actually. And
that is correct.
He's a co-promoter on Brandt as well, you know, with Corey something out of Minnesota, which is also involved with Caleb Truex and some others. But, oh, man, let the guy go do it. It's an investment situation. I don't know. It's right now I'm basically going off a hearsay other than the court documents I've seen saying that he has been sentenced to prison. He has 60 days to report. I think he's got to report by January the 20th of 2020. Greg, go do your time, man. Come on, back boxing and take you back with open arms. This is a sport that, hey, it's been led by the underworld for a long time, you know. But it's not got nothing to do with boxing. Ain't no fight fixing. Ain't none of that bullshit. He ain't paid his fighters or nothing like that. Because if it was, it would be just like the next guy we're getting ready to talk about. We'd put him on blast. If you start fucking with fighters, we start fucking with you. Oscar, did you hear me?
Oh, man.
Oscar, did you hear me? You can block me again. I know this will get back to you eventually. But you can't do this type of shit, man. Anybody following the news of boxing knows that Andrew Casale, the champion, was dropped today by Golden Boy. Why? Is it because he said a couple of things about – so he brought up some concerns with Golden Boy last week leading up to this past weekend's fight? But I bet you if he wins by knockout, still loses, he's still there. What do you think?
Yeah.
I mean, look what Ryan Garcia did and got a new contract. You know?
Canelo actually acted like he didn't even exist.
Canelo, man, listen. Canelo believes that Oscar's trying to steal his limelight. I'm not going to quote who told me this, but it's very close to Canelo. He believes Oscar is stealing some of his shine, right? Oscar had his chance to do his thing. He needs to go back and hide now. It's kind of what Canelo's thought process is. But I can counter to Canelo like this. Without that man, Oscar De La Hoya, and Roberto Diaz building the man that he is now, there is no Canelo Alvarez as we know him as well.
Yeah, there is.
You know?
But at the end of the day, Canelo Alvarez doesn't hold him anything. So,
do you think the Hispanic fan base drives behind him as well as they did early on without Oscar De La Hoya? I don't.
No, I'm just saying
you know
at the end of the day, he doesn't owe him anything. They still take their fees.
No, he doesn't owe him a dime. He doesn't owe him anything. I don't know. Thank you. I appreciate you helping me out. You know what I mean? And let's move forward, because the truth, at the end of the day, the truth of the matter is it's his blood, his sweat, and his health that's on the line when he climbs between them ropes every 36 minutes. You know what I mean? So
right.
I have no problems. Oscar's going to get his money off the zone deal. Now, we've got a couple questions about this. Do we feel like Oscar was fair in his handling of Ryan Garcia? Do you remember when the Garcia deal, when the fight got canceled? Remember? The last Alvarez card, wasn't it? No. When did Garcia's fight get canceled? You remember it got canceled? It's been a couple months ago now. And
when the guy got arrested,
apart,
right?
And exactly. Avery Sparrow, right? I think it was his name.
Yeah.
But anyway, the fight falls apart. Ryan Garcia goes on a damn social media attack of Golden Boy from Gomez to Diaz to Oscar De La Hoya. He attacked everybody but the Reynosos and Canelo. What happened? Wednesday, the following week, he's in Golden Boy's office in L.A. getting a new contract. So there's something deeper here that we don't know about, or something. I did watch the Ring TV show with Conseil and Manny Robles III, who lost this past weekend to Zucan.
Mm-hmm.
Was on there with Doug Fisher and I want to say Beto Duran, maybe, were the two co-hosts. On the show, and he did express some unhappiness with Golden Boy, Conseil did, because he feels like the WBA has fucked him. They fucked him. Well, Andrew, here's the problem. Now, I wouldn't be happy with Golden Boy either, if they hadn't really stood up for me. But they fucked Machado before you. So you kind of got the left, shit runs downhill there here. So they really ain't on that.
Yeah,
and Andrew may still call in. He's got about 20 minutes tonight. I did talk to him for about an hour today. He's not happy. He's not happy. So, and if you don't call in this show, I can guarantee you he said he would definitely be on within the next 2 weeks. So he is coming on the show eventually. But this week I actually had some great guests lined up. We had Brian, Bo McIntyre, and a few minutes with Bud's time. But my co-host here reminded me last night, Thanksgiving's Thursday. I'm going to do one better than that. I guess Bo Mac didn't realize it either, because I talked to them as late as Saturday. But I can go ahead and tell you the story's breaking. Haney lost members of his team for breaking into Doc Rivers' office. All right? During that
members
event.
of his team broke into Doc Rivers' office, huh?
Broke into Doc Rivers' office. Turn to FightNights.com. O'Hara Sports will have it up within the next 1 hour, guaranteed.
And he fired him?
Just getting ready to break it. Huh?
And he fired him?
He didn't have much choice. The WBC stepped in here, from what I understand. And what it is that Haney's young. Haney has a legitimate shot to be the next American superstar. He's got a legitimate shot, guys. No, Jacob, I am not going to talk about Earl Spence tonight. If that story breaks, I will let you know. I'm not going to get into it. That's an investigative story that I'm working on, and I've been asked about it. I thought I got about 10 questions on it tonight, but I'm not answering none of them. I can't. I'm actually being paid to do this story if it comes to. Pretty good, actually. Pretty big. But I'm not going to talk about it. But Fight Night's getting ready to break the Haney story. All right? I knew about this a couple of days ago. I told him, are you shitting me? Why would they do that? I don't know. I can understand them wanting to see some memorabilia, they belong to the Lakers or belong to the Clippers or what have you. But shit, from what I understand, they sell shoes. Okay? from Doc Rivers' office, and the WBC is trying to keep Haney with a great image. All right, this ain't gonna help him.
I don't think I don't know.
Is it really on him though?
If somebody else that's around me steals, I don't know. I didn't.
Well, I'll tell you this. My mom put my ass on restriction when I was in first grade. She tells the story all the time because my buddy stole from a damn Piggly Wiggly, which is a grocery store for those who ain't from the South. And he stole a pack of gum. I'm on the way home from school. Vernon Forrest was with us, actually, at the store. And next thing you know, the security team got us all up in this damn little stand-up booth. And he told my mom and Vernon's mom. He didn't want him to take anything, but he did. My ass got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
My mom got on my ass.
I'm not even blaming.
I ain't stole no
I don't blame
cents.
grown man for grown man decision.
But amen, I totally agree with that.
But
he's not 6 years old.
What I would do is you need to watch the people you have around you. That's
exactly.
my best advice.
I tried to reach out to Bill Haney. I tried to reach out to his dad. Bill Haney said if I could get a response, no comment. Right there in itself verifies that what the story that's breaking is probably true, Second, I hope Bill takes his chance to help Devin put his head on his shoulders right. And it ain't about the guys that's popping on Instagram or, it ain't about – and get a solid team around you and then go from there because I truly believe he does have the chance to be America's next true superstar. This kid's been a legend inside of gyms for years. All right? For anybody inside of boxing, ask Breadman Edwards, ask anybody that's really been around the sport can tell you, I knew who David Haney was. Shit, he's 20 now. 6-7 years ago? Easy. I ain't talking about amateur boxing. I'm talking about because, man, he was a legend inside of gyms, dude. This guy was sparring world champions at 15 years old and doing how he was on.
Man.
So the talent is there, guys. Now, I do believe that right now is a touch early for the Lomachenko fight for him. Give Loma 2 more fights, and I think he's got a legitimate shot. Better than 50-50 to win that fight, honestly. But right now, I think that Loma's still got enough speed for his IQ to allow him to win the fight. You see what I'm saying? And Devin just ain't seen enough of that yet.
Right.
If I was his dad, I probably wouldn't even put him in the fight, period. If I could stay away from that fight, I'd move up to 140 and go on, honestly. Because it's the type of, at Devin's age, it's something that could ruin him mentally. You know what I'm saying? This guy has been the best at what he's done most of his life. So you don't want to get in there and let him get embarrassed.
He's got to watch the people that he has around him, man.
Yeah. I know that
he definitely does.
Whoever may have been his friend when he was in school, and he's cool, hell, he's a blood. But, bro, drop him like a bad habit. It's okay to be friends with him still. And be close with them, but don't let him risk. Don't put yourself on the line for that. I think Calissa Shields is learning this lesson now, and that was her brother. You see what I'm saying? From talking to Dimitri Salita, I don't think you'll see her brother ever around another event at all. So, but you've got to. And this is where I expect Bill Haney to step in. You know what I mean? His dad step in and say, hey, you're 20, so you're doing great. Youngest promoter in the history of sport, blah, blah, all this and that. But this is where if I'm not mistaken, his dad is still like the president of Devin Haney Incorporated or something. So where the president's got to step in and put his foot down, in my opinion. Because I think that this kid's a $500 million fighter eventually. I think he's that good. I truly do. I think he's that good, and if handled right over the next 2 to 3 years, he's going to reach real extreme success. I think he is the future of the sport as far as American boxing goes. All right.
Yeah.
Let's answer a few more questions. We got about, 16 and a half, 17 minutes? Nope. We got about 13 and a half minutes. I'm sorry. You can also call us, guys. I ain't gave you the number tonight, and neither is Wilson. It reminded me. 516-531-9594. I don't think I posted the number anywhere this week. But we've got people on the feed, the social media feed here coming into us. How to get on our social media feed? I will know that for sure next week, but I think that you got to do hashtag TOB something. It's something to do with Black Talk, and then you'll / the CounterPunch show. And a couple of people obviously figured it out because I've got questions every week come up on the feed, and I have one right now. Does this put me, and this is about the Greg Coylan situation, put him in the same light to USA a Don King? Fuck no, not even close. Not even remotely close. No, he's not living off this. He didn't rob a fighter. He didn't rob a fighter, and it's legally been proven that King done it several times, numerous times. Ali, Witherspoon, way before he ever got to Tyson. You know what I mean? So, no, this does not put him as scumbag as Don King to me, as far as promoters go.
Not at all.
What's the difference between what Greg Coylan was trying to do to Clarkson and what Bob Arum done to Manny Pacquiao? Huge difference, mega difference. What the hell? Now, as I said, Clarkson is paid in full. But there's never been a problem with Bob Arum paying a fighter or money. That's never been the problem. It's control. Arum controls. But at the end of the day, all them promoters have that control, guys, and people don't realize it. I've got a copy of one of Arum's contracts. I've got a copy of a Haney contract. I've got a copy of, I don't have a matchroom, so I'm not sure about them. But I want to say DeBella, and they all pretty much damn read identically. At the end of the day, the promoters makes the decisions. You know, a fighter cannot enter into anything without a promoter's consent. But a promoter can put you in a damn fight over here, you know, without you signing off on it already. So he can negotiate you a fight without you signing off on it. Or he can apply for a title franchise tag too. But
that's why Pacquiao left Top Rank.
And the exact reason, Mikey Garcia. People think there's a bad blood there between the Garcias and Arum. There really isn't. It wasn't about money. It was about control. It was all about control. Garcia felt like, and a good head on Mikey's shoulders, I'll say this, because Robert and his dad was wanting to stay with him, you know, with Arum. Because Arum has a proven track record to lead you to success. So I can't knock somebody signing Arum Young. Right? Mikey felt that a man with his kind of contacts inside the sport and his much experience could control his career, whether he was there or not, you know. So he was somewhat right. And that, my friends, is why he joined forces with Al Heyman as he came back. And that's straight out the damn horse's mouth. All right, that's straight out the horse's mouth, what I just told you. Because Arum has no pull there at all. But to think you don't have any pull with Arum, don't shit yourself. He does. To think you don't have any pull with, you know what I mean? But with Al Heyman, you don't. And as vice versa, you know, Heyman has none with him either.
Right.
So, whereas them two have it with everybody else pretty much. All right, next question is this. Is Deontay Wilder the worst world champion the sport's ever seen? No, that'd be Charles Martin. I'm sure that question was supposed to be. I'm sure that question was supposed to be the worst, most technically flawed. Yeah, he's the most technically flawed fighter, world champion I've ever seen with any type of reign. Okay, Charles Martin ain't exactly no technical wizard, guys. Now, other guys, Ruiz was not a technical wizard, but he was a solid fighter. You know, but yeah, man, he's got 10 title defenses now. You know that? What kind of names? That's Vitaly Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, Muhammad Ali, Larry Holmes, Joe Louis. That's the only guys you can say had more. I think he ties Klitschko next, right? Vitaly. So I think he defended the WBC title 10 or 11 times. I think he just tied Ali. Ali's got a 10 and a 9 though, so that's a bit misleading. You know, should they not rob Ali of his prime? Hell, who knows how many he has? Guaranteed to be 19 probably. You know, so, but he just tied Muhammad Ali this past weekend. But I think Ali has a 10 and a 9 as well. But man, he's in some strong company. But my thing is this: him nor Vitaly. Now, but Vladimir was the world champion. Okay, neither one of them have ever been the world champion. What I mean by that is the guy that is recognized as the man in the division. Now, Deontay has earned that recognition, and we can announce the Ring Magazine and the Lineal Championship will be on the line February 22nd when him and Tyson Fury take the ring. The vacant ring belt will be on the line.
Yes.
And
yeah.
The Lineal Championship, of course, because although it's a mythical title, technically does still belong to Tyson Fury. Now,
well, no,
that's an interesting conundrum because we got a guy fighting in about what do you say, about 10, 11 days, we're going to have somebody have 3 titles to their name in that division. How the hell, you see what I'm saying?
Well,
this is going to be the first time sports ever seen that. It's
a
damn sure an interesting conundrum.
The way the rules go, that title Tyson Fury lost because he had to vacate it. He didn't come back against a top 15 opponent.
I want to say Doug Fisher announced on Twitter in February they would strip Tyson Fury. This is February of 2018.
Yeah, so this
now it'll become official like the end of that month or the first part of March that Ring Magazine stripped him.
Yeah, so and then ESPN decided to still run with it. So it's actually, a fictitious belt, but it does exist.
Yeah. And Ring Magazine,
belt,
for the most part, has always been with the lineal champion. Ever since its return, at least it has for sure. I had a guy last week, really, man, he went back and forth with me, and I don't get on Twitter much. Anybody who knows me knows that. But I'm going to start getting on there more because Wilson is more on Facebook, and I want to be able to catch everybody we can because we get a lot of listeners from a Twitter chat that I'm in. It's got like 7,000 members, we get a lot from there. A lot of our questions come from there. So I do want to go over there and try to, communicate with them as much as possible. One thing I've always prided myself on, as is Wilson, is whether we write an article or we do a show or whatever, we want to be able to communicate with the people that read our stuff or listen to our stuff. We want to be able to communicate with y'all and say, listen, we're not going to be like Fat Dan and just run to the buffet line, or somebody like that and don't want to hear, maybe doing, 30 minutes a week to talk with fans. No, man, we're always available. You can always catch us. All right, we're always available. You can always go to Each Week Boxing on Facebook, and I promise you tag one of us, somebody's going to answer you quick. Even if it ain't one of us, somebody's going to answer you quick. So, but it's just something that we've always prided ourselves on, We're not typing.
Yeah, I would throw the hell out of you, though.
Yeah, you come in there, man. Bill's on. He's following me all over the world. Thank you. And I told the story about my grandma's married name and stuff years ago, but said today why he followed me, keeps following me, and he's followed Wilson. Since he you started writing. It's because he enjoys it. Let's comment on that new piece that I dropped today, and it's guys like that we do this for. Real fans of the sport that want a legitimate story brought to them, the legitimate angle brought to them, the unbiased, the truth. You're true to the sport and yourself first, as we said, and that's what I pride myself on. It's the same thing Wilson prides himself on, man. We have to be true to the person because, listen, our favorite fighter's not going to be here in 10 years, but boxing still will be. You see what I mean? But one thing that disgusts me more than anything in the world now, and we got a question on, I'm going, Mike Tyler says, what do you think about promoter fanboys? I fucking hate them. I hate them.
What, the fanboys?
Promoter and network fanboys. Promoter and network fanboys. I know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about the anti and pro PBC guys, the anti and pro DAZN guys. You went into this beautifully a couple weeks ago, so I'm going to let you talk about it.
I'm anti. Why the hell we don't have boxing on this weekend? That's the only thing I'm anti.
Don't ESPN Plus have Ransom?
No, I'm just saying that's the only thing I'm anti. It's nothing's on.
Yeah.
At all. That's what I'm anti. I'm against that. I don't give a damn who throws the damn show. I just want to watch, man. I don't care. You shouldn't either.
Tony wants to know where Wilson's from. Wilson's from actually originally out of New Jersey, aren't you? But you're in Brooklyn now.
Man, I was born in Brooklyn.
Born in Brooklyn, okay. But he's been a certified member of this media since Three Kings Boxing launched. He was a co-founder of that site. He also owns Eastwick Sports, Eastwick Boxing. I think Antonio's in our group, and if he is, I'm going to ask him if I see him back in there. But he's asking where did you get your start in that? One thing I knew is whenever we launched Three Kings Boxing, man, he started sending me some articles. Yeah, his writing had to shape up, but his fucking knowledge was there, And inside a month, next thing you know, this guy's one of the best journalists in sport. With an article nominated for the BWA Awards.
I got my start. What it was I started a boxing group that was made strictly for knowledgeable fans. So, like, if you went in there trolling and stuff like that, we still do it. We would troll the hell out of you, and then you get the kick out of the group. So it makes you kind of like,
Amen.
oh, those guys are uptight or stuff like that. But no, I just want to talk boxing, like, without all the bullshit.
Man,
and we could disagree on the issue, and that's fine. We don't always have to agree. But let's do it in the right way. So it started
Amen.
with that, and then from there, I just one day talking to an old friend of mine that and getting along, meeting Chris, and all of that stuff. All that started in that group, and I got to know certain people and stuff like that. We had like a very good amount of knowledge between all of us, and started a website.
Yes.
Three
Actually, launched the
Kings Boxing.
podcast first.
Yeah.
Just trying to launch
Kings
a
Boxing.
show first, yeah.
Yeah. So we started that, and we left that. I left that a while back. I think within the first 8
left
months.
in July of 2018. We got rid of Phuket. We signed Three Kings Boxing over.
Yeah. So
July
we gave
2018.
it. We gave that.
And we don't wish them no bad feelings. We hope they do the best in the world over there, man.
And that's where I started, man. But in all reality, it started in my house, man. In my uncle's house.
Yep.
In my uncle's, at the gym with my uncle, since I was like about 4 years old. So, yeah.
Yeah.
30-plus years watching boxing, period. I'm 40.
This is fun. This is going to sound funny and it's going to sound weird. It's part of our anchor thing and the sponsorship thing. We've got like 6 requests for autographs right now by both of us on the same picture, so I will put that together as soon as I can. It'll probably be that picture where you see Wilson's wearing his nice fedora, his nice hat, and his white suit, and me in my suit. But we'll get them out to those 6 people if you want to. Actually, I would wish they would email the site, but I'll get the information off Anchor, and we'll get those out. Expect them by I don't want to guarantee in the next couple of weeks, but 6 to 8 weeks guaranteed you'll be here. Yeah, my respect for Wilson grew during the Golovkin and Jacobs situation. I knew him, met him when he launched his group. At first, I thought Eastwick. Hell, that sounds like a UK name, But I'm in groups, Y'all knew me. When I left ESPN, I launched Four Corners Boxing Talk. This man right here pushed my Four Corners Boxing Talk better than any damn body did because I didn't promote it myself at all. But man, he pushed the hell out of it for me, and I appreciate that, bro. I mean, it got up like to 4,000 or 5,000 likes, and I ain't never shared the damn page. So, but then and I knew he was knowledgeable, but then during the Golovkin-Jacobs situation, live, anybody that knows me, I think I did 1 or 2 shows after that for ESPN, knows I scored that fight live for Danny Jacobs, 115, 113. No, I want to say 114, 113. All right, 114, 113. Now, I have since went back and I've watched that fight, and I can see all the way up to a 115, even a 116 to 111 card for Golovkin, depending on how much credit you give that jab. But I can also still see my 114, 113 Danny. All right. And me and him talked about that fight on social media shit for about 2 weeks probably, didn't we? And
yeah,
we broke it down. I said, and he knows what he's talking about, So my respect for him grew, and we disagreed on it, but we grew a respect for each other from that point forward. So that was his next question. How did we meet? Was Eastwick Boxing, the group is where we actually met. I knew some other people, that was in that group. And actually, I believe Timothy Medina is the one that invited me to that group or something.
Yeah.
And that's the reason I got in it. And I met Timothy because he had posted a top 30 all-time list on one of the things. I was like, holy shit, that's a pretty good one, And then I found out he's like 16. I'm like, you got to be shitting me, man.
Yeah.
But that's the kid right there that's got a amount of knowledge about the older some things in the sport that I wished he would make an effort to try to get a start in here. But so we didn't just a couple guys just meet up, and this was built over the course of about a year. Our partnership originally with a third partner, then we launched off FightZoneNews.com. A lot of people know that. That was
and
me.
Wilson. That one, bro. That one was like I told Chris like that because I went through.
We're aware that we're over, but I've got to make up for 6 minutes. It was 7 minutes to start the show. I hear you, Joy.
Yeah, I had a back concussion, so we had to Like, pretty much, I had to take a lot of time off.
I had taken to do it with the Undercard app.
Yeah, and I turned it down. So I told him, go do that, and let's do this, and we'll come back. So what I've been doing is, like, I have a page on Facebook that's called East Week Sports. I've just been having fun with that, and I've been doing that, and I've just been enjoying myself and laying back. I got plenty of income.
He said, I know, that's probably about the most reliable page on Facebook. If it's posted there, it's probably been posted by Mira Wilson, unless it's a video. We got a couple of guys there, but if it's the news, me or him's posted it every time.
Yeah,
thank you for following it.
I appreciate it too.
We're proud of
so that's
not
where,
missing.
But if you want to talk to me directly, like I'm in Eastwick Boxing in the group. I don't never really comment on the page because the comments, to be honest, the comments get ridiculous. So
is this Antonio Fisher? Is that his name that's in our group?
Who?
No, this Antonio, because he always comments on every show we do. He's got 4 or 5 things every in his thread. But no, he's not. It's not Antonio Fisher. I thought it might be him because he's commented on our show too, you know, and I had the other feed up. But, guys, we appreciate y'all tuning in every week. We appreciate the playbacks. We appreciate the supporters. We've lost a couple.
Happy Thanksgiving.
A couple weeks off, but that's fine. What we want to do is tell you is that we want to wish y'all a happy Thanksgiving from the CounterPunch show. Ladies and gentlemen, on here right now is Bill. He must have took him a minute to. Bill, how you doing? We appreciate it. I don't know how to do this, he said. That's great, man. Appreciate you reading that article today. And like I said, I told him, and then I think I told him on the comment section, you tune in to us and went on to tell him that we're live tonight at 9 o'clock. I know there's a guy who'll tune in every Thursday, guaranteed. But anyway, we appreciate y'all tuning in. We really do, whether it be live, whether it be the playbacks, however it may be. We appreciate your support with our sponsors and other people as well. But we're going to keep bringing you the best radio show in the sport, bar none. Whether we're doing it here, wherever we're doing it, we're going to keep bringing you the best radio show in the sport, bar none. And we're going to keep bringing you the most unbiased views in this sport, bar none. We're not above bashing our favorite fighters. If they do something stupid, they get told on too. But at the end of the day, we're on the side of the fighters. This is what side we're on. That's why you've never one time heard me bash the name Al Heyman. Do I think he was wrong for what he did to Waddell and Reed? Absolutely, 100%. But I'm not mad at him. His fighter's been taken care of, bro. You know, so. And I also think he deserves some credit for ESPN getting back into Boston, some of these other places getting back into Boston.
Yeah, he doesn't just release them after they lose.
Amen. All right. Now we're down to, I want to do my closing segment. We did go like 7 minutes over, but that's because I had like 8 minutes and 12 seconds to make up for it. My closing segment is this. And I'll hand it over to him. Guys, it's time to start believing in Deontay Wilder. It's time to start to believing in Deontay Wilder. No matter who he may be fighting, that right hand's always going to be there. He's going to bring it. And it's going to take somebody outrunning that son of a bitch for 36 minutes to beat him. I don't give a shit if he loses 35 minutes and 49 seconds. And I say that because fighter can only be saved by the bell in the 12th and final round, correct? So you can lose he can lose 35 minutes and 49 seconds of a fight and still walk away with his belts. That's impressive as hell. That's the greatest equalizer the sport of boxing has ever seen.
And on that though,
let's turn it over to my co-host, man. What do you want to tell him before we go? You got about 2 minutes, actually.
Hey, man. Yeah, I know Chris. He don't shut the fuck up, so y'all gotta.